doubt you've seen from social media that AFC Bournemouth will have no football matches until the start of April at the least, due to the outbreak of COVID-19. The Premier League, the EFL, the women's football, they've all decided it is a no-go area, and it's probably the right decision, despite the fact Boris Johnson yesterday said that it won't really have much of an effect. But when you've got teams that are suffering with the symptoms of coronavirus, some have been tested positive, some like Artur Boruc and a number of AFC Bournemouth first teamers have got signs that are consistent with the symptoms, then you have to call it off, because there's going to be a lot of self-isolation. Of course, Mikel Arteta for Arsenal has been tested positive, Callum Hudson-Odoi. There's been a number of clubs that have been slowly revealing information that suggests that, they've basically made it very difficult for the Premier League to do anything else. So whether 4 weeks will be enough, I don't know. On Twitter, everybody's the expert, and I tend to read tweets with a pinch of salt from football fans just quoting any old nonsense, and you've got to listen to the authorities here. And it seems like the right decision. Selfishly, in a football way, it could be better for Bournemouth as well, but obviously you've got people to think of, and if you're carrying the virus, it's best to check NHS Direct. Give them a call on 111 or nhs.uk/coronavirus, because you may need to self-isolate, and you don't want anyone that's more vulnerable to be coming down with the virus, because, well, we've seen the statistics, haven't we? It's not so great. And in a football sense, large gatherings apparently wouldn't make that much difference, but I see that lots of people are at Cheltenham today, so who knows? It's best to listen to the experts and not any old Tom, Dick and Harry off Twitter that is claiming to be Dr. Hilary Jones all of a sudden. That's a bit of a flashback, isn't it? So there is non-league football going ahead this weekend. Poole Town are in action. Wimborne as well. Also Weymouth, the Terrors, they are home against Slough Town. So if you want some football, you can get your footy fix by visiting one of the local games, and also Bashley versus Brock, the New Forest derby. Stephen Nicholas said on Twitter, so get down to that as well if you can. Obviously check the individual Twitter accounts to make sure that everything is going ahead. It could be postponed because of coronavirus, or in some cases rain, Poole Town. But yeah, there are matches going on, so I'm going to be going to either Poole, I might even go down to Weymouth, have a few beers. Don't know yet, but I do want to see some football this weekend. And whatever you do, just wash your hands, stay safe, and just keep an eye on Twitter for all the latest with what's been going on. On the YouTube channel, we'll be trying to provide some AFC Bournemouth content over the next 4 weeks or so. But unfortunately, there will be no AFC Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace match tomorrow, and the 3rd/4th of April is going to be the best case scenario of when we can have football again. So David Brooks might be returning back as fully fit. Steve Cook might even be coming back. In a purely selfish train of thought, then for AFC Bournemouth survival chances, it might be a good thing. But then you kind of think, well, will the season even be played out anyway? Obviously, there's Euro 2020 to think of, which they're thinking of putting back to 2021. What would happen if the season was voided? Would Liverpool win the title? Would any teams get relegated? What about Leeds and West Brom, the teams that are top of the Championship? The German Football League's been toying with having an expanded field of teams for the following season. Obviously, nothing's been announced, so that would mean teams like Leeds and West Brom would get promoted, but there would be no relegation. What about that? Lots to think about. Obviously, if you want clear and concise information, today and the next few days is not the time to go on social media, because you see so much information, and I swear it makes it worse for organisations trying to get the message out, where there are just normal football fans trying to word their tweets with the kind of syntax that makes it sound like it's fact and official when it's not. You're just an average Joe blogs mate. Just listen to the organisations and retweet it. Honestly, it makes for such a murky old time trying to get information in. Twitter's honestly the worst, so after today I am going to be staying off it for a while. But over on YouTube, yeah, we're going to be providing some kind of AFC Bournemouth content over the next few days and weeks. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and wash your hands. Back in the day!